In the last video, we built a skeleton application for making donations to our local zoo. The donations are framed in terms of choosing to donate a meal to one of the zoo's prized penguin species. The code we've written so far only accounts for displaying the choice of penguin to feed. We haven't yet implemented any logic for what happens when someone chooses one of the penguins by tapping on it. Let's sketch out some code for handling screen taps. We'll create a new method, handlePenguinTap. In it, we use the Flutter showDialog method to pop up a simple dialog box. We are required to pass along the current context. Don't worry too much about this part, it's just something we have to pass around in order for Flutter to work. After the context, we pass a builder. This is a Lambda function which receives a context. Our builder will create an alert dialog widget. The title of the widget will be Success, and the contents will confirm that the user has chosen a penguin species to feed. Now let's attach this tap handler method to an item on the screen. We'll apply this first to the Emperor Penguin list item. We add a new listTile attribute called onTap. The value is our new method. Notice we don't put any parentheses after the method name. We don't want to invoke the method when we're building the listTile. We simply want the tile to have a reference to the method that it can call when someone taps on the tile. Okay, let's try this out. We tap on the Emperor Penguin tile and success! Alright, now that we've seen that this works, let's make the rest of the list tiles behave the same way. We'll add the same onTap handler to the Rockhopper and Chinstrap penguin items. Now we can tap any penguin and see our new dialog. So now we know how to add interactivity to our list items. But you might have noticed that there's something very important missing here. Our penguin tap handler has no way of knowing which penguin was tapped. Let's update this function to receive the name of the chosen penguin species. We'll show the species that was picked in the dialog content. But now that we've made this change, our code no longer compiles. Because this method now requires an argument, and Flutter doesn't pass any arguments when it invokes our handler. Remember, we can't just invoke the method here directly, because then it would be called when the list is displayed. We need to find a way to pass a noArgument method as the onTap value, but the noArg method needs to then invoke handlePenguinTap with the appropriate penguin name. We can do this with a lambda. For each penguin item, we pass a lambda whose body is an invocation of handlePenguinTap with the corresponding penguin name. Let's try this out. When we tap on Emperor Penguin, we see a dialog pop up confirming our choice, and the same for Rockhopper and Chinstrap. So now we know how to add interactivity to our Flutter application. This is starting to feel a bit more like a real app. One thing we notice as we look at the code we've written so far is that we have some duplication. We've repeated the name of each penguin species twice, and this feels like something that could easily fall out of sync accidentally. We've also repeated the logic for creating a list tile 3 times, and that feels like something which could easily be encapsulated into a method. In the next video, we'll pause to do a little refactoring before we move on to hook up our app to a back-end service. See you soon!